but you have to read it. And Sir John Woodroffe, he has another name also, Arthur Avalon. He has written wonderful books on this Kundalini Shakti. You have to read them. And then about the prana, about the blood, and how the blood is developed, how blood becomes the food to the child in the mother's womb. You have to learn all those things. And of course about the Kundalini thing, it is only what Sri Aurobindo says, the ancient scriptures talk about the ascent of Kundalini. And in Sri Aurobindo's yoga, you use Kundalini as a descent. That is, there is also a change in that. Because it is the divine which pours down the chakras and transforms the chakras. In individual sadhana, you give the pressure and open the chakras. But when the higher power comes, you don't think you need much time. If you are really very sincere and you are a vegetarian, mind you, I am stressing it as a condition for chakra evolution. You just can't say no. If one man wants to be a good singer, he should not take cool drinks and ice creams. He says, no, I will take it. You take it, you can't become a good singer. So I am not talking it as a class for vegetarianism or a campaign for vegetarianism. If you want your Kundalini to open up, you have to be a vegetarian. If not, the Kundalini will not open. Luckily for you. Next. Your desires are working. Where your physical body does not want to cooperate, and what should you do? You should tell all of them, go to hell. But we will go to heaven. Next. The personal will of the sadhaka has first to seize on the egoistic energies. This is very important. When we talk about in yoga, about being egoless, it doesn't mean that you should goodbye to yoga. Your egoistic energies must not work. Do you understand the difference between egoistic energy and ego? Egoistic energy is, I don't like this, therefore I will see that it will not happen. It is egoistic energy. But what did I say in the beginning? All life is yoga. If you don't like something, try to understand why that dislike is. Do you understand the difference? In the egoistic energy, you want to dominate the situation, and if you don't like that situation, and if you can't dominate the situation, the only respite you have is to go away from that situation, to run away from that situation. That is what Arjuna wanted to do, the egoic energy. And very clearly Sri Krishna said that it is your egoism which is coming in the way, it is not your compassion which is working. So you should know where the compassion is working and where the egoistic approach is working. I could make it clear. When you take the example of the situation where Arjuna gave such a grand explanation not to fight, and very logical explanation. And that is where we should learn how a disciple should teach a guru. Arjuna taught Sri Krishna. After hearing everything, did you know what Sri Krishna said? You are talking as if you are a Pandita. You are not. Pragyavadamscha bhashase. Like a fool you are talking. So this foolishness we may bring into our sadhanas also. Not may, we are bringing it. We are not greater than Arjuna in our faculties or anything. Be careful about that. The egoistic energy should not work. But the ego must work. You understand the difference? Ego means I am doing. You should be conscious of what you are doing. But I want this to happen only in this way is egoistic energy. That should not be there. Once turned, he has still to train them too. Now we have understood all these things. But now, just hearing and understanding is not enough. What you have to do? You should recognize it always in whatever you are doing. Then, you should accept what it says, not what your ego says. And then you have to follow it. The first two, many of us do it. We recognize what we are supposed to do. And we accept also, yes, you are right, we should do like this. But following becomes the problem. But all the three must be there. Next.
Well, that means like divine.
Divine. Just as the supreme Shastra of integral yoga is the eternal Veda, secret in the heart of every man. Now, this is a very, very tough mantra. Very tough because it means something, but actually it points somewhere else. It is like the chandas in Vedas. Do you know what chandas is? Chandas means which covers. Just like a plastic cover covers the current. But if you don't have the plastic cover, the current becomes very dangerous. So the secrets of the mantric vibrations are covered by a chanda, a group of words. This is such a group of words. Just as the supreme Shastra of integral yoga is the eternal Veda secret in the heart of every man, Sri Aurobindo talks about two vital beings in the heart, one in the front and one in the behind. Very peculiar thing he talks about. That is here what is meant. I am just giving a hint because if you want to explain this and go into it, it becomes a long process. But what it means is, try to understand the heart. Heart means the life of a principle. Our heart is the life of our life, is it not? So, what is the life of integral yoga? What is the life of integral yoga? Surrender. You have to surrender first to the heart. And when the heart speaks, the mind shuts down. You always remember, when there is a fight between the mind and the heart, it is always the heart which wins. Always. And now, when the heart wins, you can find the inner guide, the Jagat Guru. But only when you surrender to the heart. Don't surrender to the mind. And it is so simple. Yesterday I have given you that meditation. Sri Aurobindo here, mother here. But don't try make it mechanical. You feel the pressure of the mother. And then you should understand what mother is. And if you say the figure, the physical phenomena, what we are able to see with the physical eyes is mother, you are wrong. A doctor is not the physical man, he is the brain behind it. An engineer is not the physical man, he is the brain behind it. And now I want you to know the heart behind it, the heart behind the mother. And there are 4 levels of it. We have the Mahasaraswati, the Mahakali, the Mahalakshmi and the Maheshwari. That pressure you should build here, in the back of the heart, not in the front of the heart. When you do that, this heart pumps the blood. The mother, the heart pumps the blood. And when the blood is pumped, what happens? The brain becomes activated. Without the blood, the brain cannot work, you know it. Sri Aurobindo becomes activated. In Vedantic sadhanas, it was the brain controlling the heart. In Tantra, it is the heart controlling the brain. You understand the difference. Or the prana controlling the electricity. And one incident, because we are talking about the integration. Have you heard about the electricity Baba? Anyone?